Okay, so we're continuing on. Had my recording software stop unexpectedly, so just restarted it. And so this is giving us, it's weird because it's this edge sticks up above our plane, so it's kind of hard to judge. But I think this is good for curvature. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to get this to kind of cleanly let my tool just wrap around, and even though it may be going a little slower, stay kind of in this nice sweeping motion, right? I should be able to get my maximum speed from my tools doing it that way. So that's looking pretty good there. Select OK. I am going to trim these. So I will do surfaces, move that out of the way. Surfaces, trim to plane. I'm going to trim that surface and that surface. And we want, let's do this first. Let's go planes, make sure we're in front. Let's make sure our Z depth is set. There it is, 4.28. So we do trim to plane, that surface, split model. There. So my plane height was not set correctly. And I've got it set, you'll notice, to split model. So that's looking good. I can now delete those two chunks. And now technically, I can delete that entire chain and wireframe curve one edge. And should be able to have a new chain that works well. So let's go back into the geometry here. And I've got those surfaces selected. Let's grab those. Before I do that, let me do one more thing. Surfaces extend. We've got it set to 20 thousandths. Is that through? I think that's through enough. That goes through, and that's right on the cusp. I think that's good. So we'll do that edge, apply, do that edge. That's not quite through, so let's make it 30 thou. Still, no, 30 thou goes through. We don't have to quite go that far. 28 thou gets us through. 25 thou probably gets us close enough. Tool can't drop down into that gap, but you know what? It's not going to kill us to go 30 thou, so we'll just do 30 thou. So now, I've got that surface going and extending through there. And let's grab that other surface. So I'm going to grab these two end surfaces. Okay, so now extend. I can extend that one. It goes fully through. I like that. I can extend that one. It goes through fully as well. Bring everything back. And there we go. Let's make this guy blue. Okay. I'm going to make sure this is on the new surface top boundary level. Okay. Save that. And just to make sure everything we've got is where we want it, we're going to call this full full 093 ball finish surfaces. So that way we can have just this guy turned on, and we can have our new top boundary turned on. Let's make that red just so it stands out a little bit. And that's our really nice clean set of geometry. So under the geometry, let's just do unselect. Let's do drive surfaces. We can actually grab all surfaces. Yep. Let's do our containment boundary. Oh, looks like we got a problem in our containment boundary. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. So we do need to fix this guy. Delete that. We can do a wireframe curve slice by plane. And yeah, so you can see that it does curve slice by plane, gets us what we want. So we'll select OK. And now we've got a curve that should be able to go all the way around. So let's go back into the geometry here. Oh, still got a little problem over here. So what I'm going to do is do a blended spline. Let's go like that. And that should give me a chainable piece of geometry. Okay, so let's save it. Let's go back into the geometry. We're going to grab the containment boundary. We got one green start arrow. That's what we like to see. Select OK and force that regeneration. And so this is giving us this, nice, really clean toolpath. So it drops in, makes its cut. It's 90 kilobytes. And, we had a really nice toolpath before. We don't have to have this extra cutting that's going out here, cutting in air, right? We can choose the option to not include these surfaces and tell it to just not roll. So that's pretty cool. We can go geometry, just turn off those two surfaces there. And because we have it set to only roll between surface edges, we got to make sure that's turned off. Only between. Let me see here. Okay, so, removing those little surfaces off the end, it's hard to get it to go back to where we had started with, so I would just include them. Um, and now we get, this really nice kind of set of geometry, and we could probably, because we're not worried about rolling, just turn it on back to automatic. That's better. Super nice, super clean. Gives you that kind of superior toolpath energy. Got this one nice entry, one clean exit, and versus the actual geometry that's being machined. Keep in mind we can also push that toolpath a little deeper if we need it. So, go back in here to the cut depth, say, all right, I really need this to go 80 thou deep. And now we, drop that toolpath just a little bit deeper. And is that too much? Maybe. Maybe 60 was perfect, or we need to go to 65 thou. Let's go 65 thou, and let's say that 10 thou didn't really give us what we wanted, so we want to do 8 thou. Gives us a great way to control our tool path. Yeah, we waste a tiny little bit of time out here at the edges, but what we gain in terms of a superior path, I mean, I realize they're out of position, but this is a whole bunch of little lines, right? If we look at this unified morph, I mean, not only were we having trouble getting it to give us a usable result, even, right? You got all this area where it's kind of violating the surfaces. Could we clean it up? Probably. But look at how much cleaner the surface finish contour is. This thing has got a minimum number of code, a minimum amount of code. You can see, okay, we're getting a little bit of stuff there on the first couple of movements, but some really nice long arcs. And really, if we went back in there and played around with our tolerances just a little bit, for example, we could try one-way filtering, see if that gave us any cleaner code there. We could try maximum arc radius that's a little bigger. We could try giving it a little more tolerance. Let's give it 0.02 of tolerance, and we'll increase that cut tolerance by a proportional amount. So only 0.4, and the line arc tolerance will give it 1,006, and we're using most of that for arcs. Let's use it all for arcs. Let's use 100%. All right, so we saved about 10%. We went from 90 kilobytes to about 81 kilobytes. That's looking really nice, really clean. You can see these nice big arc chunks. Could we get it even better than that? Well, maybe. Will our tolerances allow for that? That's the question. So if I bump this up to 4,000, is this too loose a cut tolerance? Is it too much arc tolerance? Let's see what it does. It goes from 81 to 67. That's looking pretty nice. Now, I would want to run this code in Verify, run it against some stock and do a stock comparison, see how close this path got my cutting to match that actual gear face. But, I mean, that's super clean. especially compared to something like a morph.